Shaking up the league tonight on DC News Now at 5, how NFL owners are put on notice after Dan Snyder claims to have information.
This cannot be just we're waiting for so-and-so. We need them there now, whoever you got.
And subpoenaing the former president. All eyes are on former President Donald Trump as the January 6th committee holds their final hearing. And more money in millions of Americans' pockets. Why the sudden boost in Social Security benefits? Breaking news, a teenager has been shot in Northeast D.C. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall. It happened in the Lincoln Heights neighborhood near two elementary schools. Police say he is unconscious and not breathing. They have closed the roads around the scene. What led up to the shooting remains under investigation. Police say they are now searching for a silver Nissan with heavy tinted windows. Police believe that the suspect is armed with a gun. We have a crew that is headed to the scene, and we will continue to bring you more information once it becomes available. Well, today is a DMV First Warn Day. Weathercaster Brittany Ward joins us with a check on this day. And, of course, Brittany, it just rained all day. Is it going to rain again this evening?
Yeah, you know, Mark, we're still keeping our eye out on that cold front we've been talking about all day today. It's still working its way into our area. You can see for the past 6 hours, it's just been keeping its distance, making its way east across the entire area. Right now, still seeing showers on radar, mainly to northern Maryland and portions of the eastern panhandle of West Virginia. All we're really seeing is just a broken line of showers as we head through our 5 o'clock hour, but these showers will continue to work their way towards the east, eventually getting into the DC metro area. But right now, we're just keeping our eye out as we continue to head into the next couple of hours. Now, again, the overall setup for tonight, that cold front will continue to inch its way east as we head into our evening hours, giving us some more showers to talk about. We could possibly hear a rumble of thunder, but the main threat we're keeping our eye out on is the gusty winds. We could see winds gusting anywhere between 20 to 40 miles per hour. So if you are planning your evening tonight, it's going to be a soggy one. Do not ditch that umbrella by that 6 o'clock hour. Still staying fairly cool out there, seeing our temperatures in the 60s, 61 by 7 o'clock, 59 as we head into that 8 o'clock hour. But again, it's going to be pretty soggy, and then we'll begin to see a clearing of our skies as we head into our evening tonight, and then as we head further on into our Friday and for our weekend, we are talking about lots of sunshine with temperatures warming up basically back into the 70s. So, Mark, we just have to get through today before we could see sunshine return. So definitely keep it here. We'll have a check of that 7-day forecast and that weekend, and when we could possibly see some more rain as we head into next week. Mark.
Brittany Ward, thank you. Well, according to ESPN, Washington Commanders owner Dan Snyder claims to have dirt on other NFL owners, as well as Commissioner Roger Goodell. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joins us live at FedEx Field. And Daniel, many in the NFL and, of course, some fans want him out, but this report doesn't really surprise many people, does it?
Well, that's exactly right, Mark. Snyder has been under a microscope for more than a year after an independent investigation found that the workplace was a toxic environment here at the Commanders. Now, he and the team were both fined $10 million. One lawyer I talked with said, as you just said, he's not surprised by this investigation and report. New reporting from ESPN says Commanders owner Dan Snyder has dirt on other NFL owners and Commissioner Roger Goodell. ESPN reports Snyder has said privately, quote, "They can't F with me."
For people to think that Dan was going to go down without a fight or that Dan was going to let people trample, that's not Dan's MO. That's not Dan's history.
A Commander spokesperson calls it categorically untrue and clearly part of a well-funded 2-year campaign to coerce the sale of the team, which will continue to be unsuccessful.
You don't put out this kind of report with substantial proof and fact-checking and background information.
Snyder and the organization are currently the subject of ongoing investigations by the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Reform and former U.S. Attorney Mary Jo White, who is conducting a new review on behalf of the NFL.
He certainly has needed investigators to defend the allegations against him and the team on workplace misconduct.
Alan Milstein is a lawyer who's represented NFL players and other pro athletes in litigation. He says it wouldn't be that much of a stretch for those investigators to look into third parties as well. But Snyder's lawyers said in a statement, quote, Dan has never hired or authorized a private investigator to investigate the owner of any other NFL franchise, nor has he hired anyone to do so on his behalf. He has no dossiers compiled on any owners. Milstein says to get rid of an owner will require other team owners to go along with it. The Associated Press is reporting there is no plan to vote on Snyder's status at next week's NFL owners meetings in New York.
If you're an owner and you say to yourself, if they can get rid of Snyder, they can get rid of me.
So obviously still a lot of questions surrounding this report, something that Snyder and his lawyers, as well as the team, all deny. The Commanders play tonight against the Chicago Bears in Chicago at 8:15. We're live at FedEx Field. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
A new video tonight. A school resource officer intervened during a cafeteria fight. It happened at Governor Thomas Johnson High School in Frederick, Maryland. What caused the student to bring the knife remains under investigation. The student has been arrested and charged with first-degree assault, resisting arrest, and possession of a dangerous weapon on school property. Well, a break in a cold case. A D.C. man has been indicted in two separate home invasion sexual assault cases from over a decade ago. Alfonso Owens was indicted for sexually assaulting a 10-year-old child in September of 2011 and an 11-year-old later that year. Police were able to connect him with improved DNA analysis. And Owens faces charges with first-degree rape, second-degree sex offense, among other felonies. The charges in Prince George's County and D.C. carry maximums of life sentences, and Owens would have to register as a Class A sex offender. Owens is currently serving a double life plus 25-year sentence for a first-degree rape charge from 2016.
We've been working on this case off and on for 11 years, and to have some work I did in 2011 come to fruition is outstanding. I couldn't be happier, for the victim particularly.
What does it say?
Social Security beneficiaries received some good news today. DC News Now's anchor Chris Flanagan is here in studio to break it down for us. Good evening, Chris.
Hey, Mark, good evening. Some really good news. 65 million Americans who rely on Social Security benefits will now receive an 8.7% increase each month starting in January. That is the largest increase in more than 4 decades. It's due to inflation and also the cost of living being so high right now. The Social Security Administration estimates the average monthly Social Security benefit for all retired workers will be about $1,900 per month. That's about $140 more than they're receiving right now. Mary Johnson, a political analyst and editor in Senior Citizens League, said the seniors really needed the boost, but they have to be smart about where they spend their money.
People are looking forward to maybe stocking up a pantry, having the funds to pay to fill up a fuel tank to heat their homes in the winter. Enjoy it now because we might never ever see it again, but don't spend it all in one place.
Well, the boost in Social Security benefits will be coupled with a 3% drop in Medicare Part B premiums, meaning retirees will get the full impact of the Social Security increase. So about 70 million people, including retirees, disabled people, and children, receive Social Security benefits. This will be the biggest increase in benefits of baby boomers, those born between the years 1946 and 1964, have ever seen. I'm Chris Flanagan, DC News Now.
All right, thank you, Chris. And new today, lawmakers investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol voted to subpoena former President Donald Trump to appear before them. Well, this new development came from the committee's 10th public session today that focused on the former president's involvement before and during the attack. Washington correspondent Jesse Tenor has the latest.
Good evening. This latest meeting served as the members' closing arguments against Trump, where they said they presented new evidence that shows why they want to question him even more.
He is required to answer for his actions.
The January 6th committee voted to subpoena former President Donald Trump to appear before its members during their final public session of the year Thursday.
We are obligated to seek answers directly from the man who set this all in motion.
To drive that point home, the committee showed new footage from Trump administration officials and congressional leaders. Members said it serves as further evidence that Trump planned in advance to declare victory regardless of the outcome on election night.
He knew he had lost the election, but he made the deliberate choice to ignore the courts, to ignore the Justice Department, to ignore his campaign leadership, to ignore senior advisors.
The committee also revealed new details from the Secret Service, including advance intelligence claiming violence was coming on January 6th.
Their plan is to literally kill people.
And footage of the rally on the White House ellipse.
Make clear that the crowd outside the magnetometers was armed and the agents knew it.
Committee members said Trump knew it too, but still asked,
"Can you just let him come up, please?"
President Trump then told his supporters to march to the Capitol.
Now, while the committee members wait to hear from Trump, they said their investigation continues.
Without accountability, it all becomes normal, and it will recur.
Now, the committee does not plan to subpoena former Vice President Mike Pence, and it is expected to release its final report in December. In Washington, I'm Jesse Chenor.
Well, the Supreme Court has rejected the former president's plea to get involved in the legal fight over the FBI search of his Florida estate. Former President Trump had pressed the court on the issue relating to the classified documents that had been seized at Mar-a-Lago.
Pretty unreal that nobody paid attention to the facts of this case, that nobody can remember who a victim is and what they look like.
Well, parents are outraged tonight after a jury recommended that the Parkland shooter Nikolas Cruz receive a life sentence, saving him from the death penalty. The judge will now make the final decision if Cruz will indeed receive the life sentence. The Parkland tragedy is the deadliest mass shooting to ever go to trial in the United States. Still ahead on the news at 5, lingering effects of the pandemic, why less commuters on the road isn't a good thing when it comes to the gas tax. That's next.
Bug-eyed over big interest rates for credit cards? Well, you're not alone. Ahead, why companies can charge so much and how to avoid from getting stiffed.
And you are watching DC News Now at 5, covering the news where you live from Washington, D.C. to West Virginia. Stick around. We'll be right back with more.